here are my final NHL playoff predictions before the season ends here. There's around 20 games left for basically every single team here. And we'll see what the Eastern Conference is going to look like. We're going to do Eastern Conference this first video, and there will be a video later on for the Western Conference. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, so you not miss out on that. So, what is the playoffs going to look like? Here are my predictions. Alright, so here are the playoffs right now. Here is what it looks like as of today when I'm recording this, which is Monday. What day is it today? March 6th. So, obviously, in the Eastern Conference, the top three in each division is basically locked already. Boston, 100% first, President's Trophy. They're the best team of all time, maybe. Who knows if they keep that up. But Toronto and Boston, they're set top two. That's set top two. Tampa Bay, they've been absolutely horrible recently. Absolutely horrible recently. So I don't see them passing Toronto at all. So I think those are top two. Then if you go to the Metro, Carolina, New Jersey, do they stay or do they flip-flop? Who knows? Oh, let's see this, guys. So obviously, like I said, Bruins and Toronto are top two. Then obviously Tampa Bay, they have to say three, right? They're way far ahead of these other teams. The next closest team in the Atlantic is the Sabres with 68 and Tampa is 79. They're not going to lose an 11-point lead like that. That is not going to happen. So Tampa, those top three are 100% locked. 100% locked. So Metropolitan, that is a different story in my opinion. Carolina and New Jersey are 2 points within each other, and I think those two might flip-flop. So let's get to my predictions a little later, and we'll get to that. But then New York Rangers are, 8 points ahead of Pittsburgh. Penguins have a game in hand, and they're about to play each other 3 times in the next week. So Penguins have a chance to overtake them. And as a Penguins fan, can they do it? I'll let you know soon. Okay, then there's 4 legitimate teams that have a chance to make the playoffs for the last wild card. Actually, it's kind of 5. Islanders, who are already in there right now. Penguins, I think they can go up or whatever. So obviously, I wasn't really counting that because I think they're 100% locked in. They have the Sabres, Ottawa, Panthers, then the Capitals. Those 4 teams are tied with 68 points and only 3 points out of the second wild card spot. It's going to be super, super close, but obviously, games in hand play a lot here. Sabres only have 61, Florida has 64, Ottawa 62, Washington 64, then the Islanders have 65. So they're ahead, yes, by 4 points on those teams, but they have 4, 5 games in hand on a couple of them. So things could go bad back in Long Island. It could go bad there. It could go bad. So we'll see this. Let's get to my predictions right now. Obviously, before we get into the video, drop a like, subscribe. I'm your boy, Wild Froggy. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe because a lot of you guys are not. Let's do this, baby. Let's get on the grind. Let's do it, baby. Okay. Atlantic Division, start with the top 3. Already said, it's a lock. Gotta say it anyway. Bruins, number 1, President's Trophy. They're gonna win. They're the best team in the NHL right now, and they deserve to be number 1, and that's what's gonna happen. Number 2 is gonna be Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, they're only up by 5 points, but they're the better hockey team. I know Ryan O'Reilly did just get hurt, and we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he's okay. They said he probably is good for playoffs, which is good for them, but maybe that makes their lose some games and Tampa goes ahead of them, because if they don't get home ice against Tampa, it's going to be tough, even though they didn't have it last year, I think. I don't remember. But either way, that's going to be a great series. We'll get to the series later. But top 3, locked. Tampa, number 3 is going to be Tampa Bay. Obviously, like I said, they're not going to overtake Toronto Maple Leafs. So that is that. Let's go to the Metropolitan, guys. I want to say that the Carolina Hurricanes are going to stay number 1. They have a game in hand over New Jersey, and they already have 2 more points than them. And I think they're the best team, honestly, maybe even the Eastern Conference. And the Bruins, they flip-flop for me because they're both really good hockey teams. So we'll see what happens there, but I do think Carolina's going to hold it tight and win it by probably 2 or 3 points, honestly. It's not going to be like a 6-7. It's not going to be a blowout. They're going to barely win this division, but I do think they have it in them. And New Jersey, younger team, they don't really have the playoff end-of-season experience, so we'll see what happens there. But in my opinion, Carolina stays 1. Then if that happens, obviously, New Jersey has to stay 2 because Rangers are currently 9 points behind, and I do not see that happening. And the Devils have a game in hand on them. There's no chance, in my opinion, that the Rangers are going to run and overtake New Jersey. No chance. So 1 and 2, Carolina, Devils. All right, guys, this is where it gets interesting. Rangers have 79 points. Islanders have 72, but obviously a lot of games, so that really doesn't mean anything. Then the Penguins have 71 with 1 game in hand over the New York Rangers. So they play tomorrow against the Blue Jackets. They're going to win that game. So if the Rangers, let's just say the Rangers don't play tomorrow, 63 each, and the Penguins will be down by 6 points. We play the Rangers 3 times next week. 3 times. They can win these. If they can win 2 out of 3, I'm happy. If they can win 3 out of 3, guys, we jump up and we play the New Jersey Devils, and that is what I want. I'm coming for you, New Jersey. We want you, Devils. We want you. So, I'm going to go on a limb here. I know I might be a biased Penguins fan. Penguins are jumping up to the 3rd Metropolitan spot. I think Penguins are going to win out. We're good towards the end of the year. Sometimes. It depends on Tristan Jarry, because Tristan Jarry sometimes is not the greatest. You know what I mean? Sometimes he's not. But we have a good roster. Trade deadline, Rangers trade deadline, really good. But, I think Kane actually hurt the team more, being honest. I think Kane hurt the team more. But not what's going on right now. I think Penguins jump up to number 3 in the Metropolitan. And, yeah, I think we play the Devils. So I'm going to say that. That is my final answer. Penguins jump up to the 3rd Metropolitan spot. Okay, guys, that leaves the Rangers, Islanders, Sabres, Senators, and the Panthers, and the Capitals in the last remaining spots. Obviously, if the Penguins jump the Rangers are going to be first wild card. That just makes sense. So I'm going to say Rangers first wild card. And now we have these 5 other teams fighting for number 2. And Islanders, I know they're in it right now, up by 4 points, but they have 4 more games than these other teams. So I think they're out of here. But it's hard to say that because they do have the most experience out of any of these teams. Sabres, they're a really good team, man. They are a really good team. They just got better with Jordan Greenway addition. I think that's a good trade. I think that was a good trade for them. But once again, they're young, don't have the experience. But I want to keep them in the race. Ottawa Senators, they're hot right now. GM went all in, got Chikrin. They're all in. Energy's high in the locker room. They know that the GM's backing them. They know the staff's backing them. They know the organization's backing them. That's a big boost. That's a big boost in the NHL lineup there. So they have a big chance. They have a big chance too. Florida, they're probably the best team remaining. And I don't think they're going to do it, man. They have a lot of games. They have more games played than these other teams. And they're very inconsistent. But they're the best roster. So if I'm being honest, they should be the one making this. But in my opinion, I just don't see it. Don't see it happen. Don't want it happening because I wouldn't want to play them in the first round either. So the last team is the Washington Capitals. They have a lot of games played too. And I don't like this lineup, man. They're sellers on the deadline. That doesn't help the morale in the locker room. Ovi's probably very upset. I don't see anything happening. He just wants his goals, man. Ovi just wants his goals. That's all he cares about. So, the Capitals, you're gone. Panthers, I'm going to say you're gone. I don't think you're going to do it. Islanders, you're gone. I'm saying it's between the Sabres and the Ottawa Senators. Am I crazy? Yes, I am. I'm saying the second wild card, the last spot in the Eastern Conference, is going to be the Buffalo Sabres. Call me crazy. I'm crazy. Buffalo Sabres, I like this lineup. I like the youth. Dahlin's playing really, really well. Tage Thompson, unreal motherfucking player. Unreal player. This team is so fun to watch. Goaltending is a big issue, obviously. But I think they can do it, man. It's a Cinderella story. They're not supposed to do this. Obviously, they're not a high percentage to even make the playoffs probably right now. I bet you Panthers, Islanders, they probably do make it. But I want the Sabres to do it because it'd be interesting, man. It'd be interesting. Obviously, they get absolutely plastered by the Bruins. Absolutely demolished by the Bruins. But they wouldn't go down easy. They won't go down easy. So I like that a lot. So Sabres are taking my last wildcard position. Make sure to comment below, guys. What do you think is going to happen in this division? It's going to be very, very tight. It's going to be very, very close. What do you think about the conference? Comment below. What team do you think is going to do it? What team do you think will win? These playoff series are going to be crazy, guys. I'll make another video on that before the playoffs even start, of the previews and all that kind of stuff. So make sure to check it out, guys. Thank you all for being here. First of all, if you're like, oh, why are you in a different background? I'm in Pittsburgh right now. So I'm in my brother's house. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. Be great. And I'll see you guys later. See ya.